Hello everyone, welcome to your favorite CAT Prep channel Quantifiers. So today we are going to cover yet another interesting set in our daily DILR series. And before we begin, if you wish to be the part of it, do what is mentioned over here. Just text me your name and email ID at the given number and I'll add you to a different group. And also before we move to the set, a small advertisement and the information about the new course that we are going to begin. A course specifically designed for the people who find it very difficult to understand that which sets to pick, which sets not to pick. They cannot identify their stronger areas and DILR is a hurdle for them. This course is specifically for those people. Now, today's set is a pure DI set, and if you haven't attempted it yet, I request you to please pause the video and give it a try. What does it say? The staff of Zeus Lab e-learning school is classified into two categories: learning, teaching staff and non-teaching staff. Okay. Further, the staff could be regular or temporary, part-time, freelancing, contractual, etc. in nature. Okay. Moreover, it is known that the number of teaching male staff, the number of regular non-teaching male staff is 25 less than the number of temporary teaching female staff. Which means that first of all, there is a category of teaching staff and non-teaching staff. Then there is a category of regular or temporary people. And further, they are divided into males and females, males and females. So this is how I should represent my data in order to avoid any confusion. So I will draw a table and I'll start filling in the information that I have one by one. So let's see what we have. First point, the number of regular non-teaching male staff, regular non-teaching male staff is 25 less than the number of temporary teaching female staff. Temporary teaching female staff. So if this is Y, then this is Y minus 25. Okay. First point sorted. Second, the number of regular teaching male staff is 5 less than thrice the number of temporary non-teaching female staff. Temporary non-teaching female. So if this is X, this is 3X minus 5. Okay. Third point. The ratio of number of non-teaching female staff, those who are regular to those who are temporary is 4:3. So these two ratios are 4:3. Now it does not make sense to introduce fractions at this point. So what should I do? If I write it 4x, it will be 3x. And then this is thrice and minus 5, which means this will be 9x minus 5, a small modification. Okay. Next one. Number of temporary non-teaching male staff. Temporary non-teaching male staff is 10 less than the number of regular teaching female staff. Regular non-teaching female staff. Okay, so it is 4x minus. Now, there is more than 180 teaching staff, so teaching staff is greater than 180. And further, there are exactly 145 female staff. So female staff here and female staff here. This totality is 145. The number of female teaching staff is minimum possible. So this number is as minimum as possible. Okay. The number of regular teaching female staff, is 10 less than twice the number of temporary teaching male staff. Twice less, which means that if this is Z, this is 2Z minus 10. Number of males, females in each category is at least 10 and a multiple of 5. Number of males, females in each category is at least 10. So this is 10, this is minimum 10 and a multiple of 5. So they will vary as 10, 15, 20 and so on. So what does this mean? This means that the minimum value that X, Y, Z can take is 5, 10, 15, basic, depending upon that. X, Y, Z, 5, 10, 15. Okay, are there any other constraints that define them? 9x minus 5 has to be greater than or equal to 10, not an issue. 2z minus 10. Okay, if 2z minus 10 is to be greater than or equal to 10, then 2z is greater than or equal to 20, or I can say that z is greater than or equal to 10. So about 2z, this is the condition. Okay. If I talk about y minus 25 has to be greater than or equal to 10. Y has to be greater than or equal to 35. So y is at least 35. X is not giving any issue anywhere. I can keep x 5 and everything will be solved. So x can take a value of 5. Now, what else I have? Okay, now I have some general equations that I formed. Number of female staff is 145. So females is 145, which means 2z minus 10 plus y plus 4x plus 3x. All this is equivalent to 145, or 4x plus 3x is 7x plus 2z plus y is equal to 155. This is my first equation. Second equation. Second equation is teaching staff is greater than 180, which means 9x minus 5 plus 2z minus 10 plus z plus y is greater than 180, which means 9x plus 3z plus y is greater than 195. So minus 5 minus 180. So this is the second equation. Now what else do I know? I know that the number of female teaching staff is minimum possible. So this is the minimum possible value, or I can say 2z plus y minus 10 is as minimum as possible. So if I have to minimize this, I have to minimize 2z plus 5. Now what is the minimum value 2z plus 5 can take? If you see carefully, if I have to minimize 2z plus 5, it is here. So I have to maximize 7z first of all. I know, because 2z plus y plus 7x is 155. So if I have to minimize this, I have to maximize 7x. What is the value 7x can take? 7x x can take 5, so 7x will be 35. X can take 10, so 7x can be 70. X can take 15, 105. X can take 20, 140, and so on. These are the values it can take. But I cannot directly apply it here. Why? Because when I am writing this 7x plus 2z plus y as 155, I know some minimum constraints that y is greater than or equal to 35. So this value is at least 35. Similarly, z is greater than or equal to 10. So this value is at least 20. So this total is at least 55. And this side is 155 minus 55. This side is at most 100, because ये minimum 55 है, 55 से ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है. तो 55 रखने पे अगर ये 100 आ रहा है, तो 55 से ज़्यादा रखने पे उससे कम आएगा. Which means जो 7x है, 7x को 100 से कम होना पड़ेगा. 7x has to be less than equal to 100. और 100 से कम कौन सी वैल्यूज पॉसिबल है? 35, 70. अब मैंने ये भी बताया that 7x has to be maximized. If 7x has to be maximized, then 7x will have to be kept 70, which means x is 10. So this is my first breakthrough, that x is 10. Now x is 10. So this part is 70. 2z plus y. 2z plus y becomes 155 minus 70, that is 85. 3z plus y becomes 195 minus 90, greater than 105. Now what can I observe from these two? See, there is an increment of only z. Only an increment of z has caused this to be greater than 20. ठीक है, अगर यहाँ पे z 20 होता तो यहाँ 20 इंक्रीज होकर 105 के इक्वल आ जाता, लेकिन वो टोटल 105 से बड़ा आ रहा है, which means z has to be greater than 20. If z has to be greater than 20, what values I can give to z? Can I say, obviously it is a multiple of 5, so z can take 25. In that case, 2 into 25 plus y. Y is 35. 85 and y is 35. So if y is 25, z is 35. Second thing, if I keep z as 30, this 60, y will become 25, which will violate this condition that y has to be greater than or equal to 35, which means that this is not even possible, which means the maximum value it can take, or the only possible solution is x10, y25, z35. So let me use this and fill the value. X is 10, so all the constraints related to 10. 9 into 10 minus 5, this is 85. This will be 4 into 10 minus 10, 30. This will be 40 and 30 again. Second, y is 25. Y is 25, then this is 25, and this is, okay, y was 35, sorry. Z was 25, y was 35. Z was 25 and y was 35. Okay. So y it was 35, and then it was 10. Z is 35, Z is 25, so that is 25, then this is 25, this is 2Z minus 10, yani 40, okay. Then this is, everything is sorted now, fine. What are the total number of people that we have here, and what are our questions based upon this? If I see my questions now, first question says what is the total of male staff? Male staff is 85, 25, 110, 120, 150. Second, by how much is the regular staff of the school more than the temporary staff? Regular minus temporary. 65 ka difference, 75 minus 20, 40, 55, and then 10, 55. The difference is 55. Okay. So difference is 65, 60, 55. Okay. Next thing. What percentage of total staff is non-teaching staff? So what is the total number of staff? 85, 25, 110, 150, 185, 195, 225, 265, 295 is the total staff. And what is non-teaching staff in it? Non-teaching staff is 40, 80, 110. So 29 into 4 is 116. It is greater, lower, so it is somewhere around 37%. The last question. What percentage of teachers are temporary? The teachers which are temporary. So total teachers are 185. And the temporary among them are 60. So 63 is the 185, value is lower, so it will increase somewhere to around 32. So this is the required answer. This completes my set. A very good set on how we can optimize again. And if you wish to be the part of this journey that we are going to have, and you want to see your name here, please join us as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.